Hey Maria, this is almost chapter 37, and I'll be doing 37 and 38 today. 37, chapter 37 is, if you don't want nobody else to hurt you, you better leave me out this shit. Slade. Slade sat in Marky's living room with his brothers. A stone look rested on all their faces as they waited for their mother to tell them on the speakerphone if Knox was dead or alive. Hours passed since a body showed up in D.C., and still there was no word from Knox. It was becoming It was becoming clearer to them that Sheriff Kramer had delivered him the same fate as their cousin Devon. This ain't making no sense, Mom, Slade said. If the body wasn't Knox, why he ain't called us yet to give word? We checked, and the body they found, it fits Knox's description. They just haven't released his name yet. Slade stood as his brother occupied the couch space and the floor. I know that ain't my oldest sounding like he's giving up, Della said. The brothers looked at Slade with hopeful eyes. If he fell apart, who else could they lean on? So let me ask again, is that my oldest child losing it? Mom, I'm not losing it. I just gotta know where my brother is. And so do I. How you think I feel? That's none of my children. How you think I feel that none of my children are here with me? Boy, I know you've been up north for some time now, but please don't forget where you came from. The South, you're stronger than that. Shit up there. Besides, nameless dead black boy shows up all the time there. It could be anybody. Stand strong. And that goes for all of you. I don't want y'all flattering now. This Kramer bastard done stole enough of my life as it is, and it's time that I get the rest back. Whoever Knox is, wherever Knox is, he can handle himself, and he'll be in contact soon. You hear what I'm saying, sons? Yeah, Mom, we got you, Slade said. Good. Now keep me posted on anything that goes down, because until they bring me back my baby, dead or alive, then that means he is out there trying to get to us. We love you, Mom, the baker boy said one by one before entering the call. Slade put his face in his hands and paced a few steps before looking at the younger siblings. They were waiting for him to say something, anything, to bring them through this, even though things look grave. Y'all heard, Mom. We gotta toughen up and stay out of shit. We also gotta make sure that somebody is always here to take Knox's call. No more running to the store and leaving the phone unattended. He looked at audio. Shit is serious. It's been serious. They nodded in agreement, and after Slade's speech, Marky walked over to him and said, I know this is a bad time, but can I talk to you for a second? Slade hasn't said much to his cousin since he killed Tornado. Had Marky not tested his own family, none of this shit would have happened. Slade walked into the kitchen, grabbed a beer from the fridge, and leaned up against it. It rocked a little because of his weight. What you want, Marky? People are asking questions about what happened to Tornado, and I don't know what to tell them. Slade took the spout from his lips and looked at his cousin. What that got to do with me? A lot, man, he said in a low voice. I mean, you killed him in the hallway, in front of them girls down the hall and everything. I fought the nigga straight up and he lost. What you want me to do now? Raise him from the dead? None of that shit would have happened if you didn't lose it. Marky signed, that's not fair, Slade. You ain't the one his family coming to every night, asking if you heard from him. I am. Nah, what ain't fair is you bringing this shit up when you know I'm looking for my brother. Slade pointed at him. I know, man, you're right. He lowered his head. But I'm out here by myself now. I ain't got the family to back me, and the dude you killed was valuable to a lot of people. And people talking about raising money for the first person who finds out what happened. He started crying. I'm not trying to die, Slade. I want to live. I still ain't even got no kids yet. What about the nigga he was with? Slade inquired. What they saying? Well, they saying they don't know what happened after they left, trying to get back. Tornado was beefing with some other niggas from around the way, so they say he could be anywhere. But my boss don't believe it, and now he pressing them to press me. They told him the last time they saw him was when they were with me. Me and you. Slade leaned his head back against the fridge. Fuck. If you would have let them girls get dressed, we wouldn't be going through this shit. It's your fault, Mark. Slade felt like knocking him out, but he knew he couldn't take his blows. I came out here to get away from bullshit, and you put me in some shit in D.C.? Slade's voice rose, and his brothers walked towards the kitchen, preparing to break Marky off if he was starting shit again. When Slade saw them, he said, "Everything cool, fellas." They turned around and headed back to the living room. Speaking in a low voice, he said, "I don't need this shit right now. I'm letting you know in advance. If you don't want nobody else to get hurt, you better leave me out this shit." "I need help," Marky pleaded with his eyes. "I can't leave you out of it. This dude's gonna kill me if you don't help me out. Please, man, I'm your cousin." Slade was angry, but he couldn't let him go to war alone. Marky, whatever he liked, Marky, whether he liked it or not, was blood. What's the nigga's name you afraid of? Randy George. That's the end of chapter 37, so I'm on 38. And it states, "I'm glad you laughing, bitch. I doubt very seriously that you will last 2 weeks forever." Fur was in Chloe's bedroom looking at the dead man on the floor. Standing around her were Mia and Shadow. Chloe was on the bed with her face in her hands as she cried her eyes out. "Shadow, make sure that door's locked," Fur said. Eyes still glued on the man, his red blood running into her carpet. "We don't need that bitch coming home and coming into the room." Shadow locked the door, and the sound of his sister crying fucked his mind up. It wasn't like he didn't save her life by coming in at the right time, and it wasn't like she hadn't killed before. "Chloe, stop that shit. You making me mad. The nigga dead, so get over it," Fur said. "Chloe, what were you thinking?" Chloe was crying so hard she was audible. She wasn't audible. "Stop fucking crying and answer the question." She took her face out of her hand and looked up at her. "I wanted to help you." She wiped the tears from her face. "Since I pulled out your shit and you got mad at me, I thought you were going to throw me out." Shadow and Mia looked at each other, wondering what she was talking about. "This was the wrong way, Chloe. We can't have drama around here like this. You brought a nigga in my house, and Shadow had to kill him with a knife at that." "Yeah, but he tried to hurt me," Chloe yelled. "What you want me to do? Lie down and die? You're not going to turn this around on me, bitch," Fur said, hitting her fist into her hand. I'm not playing your games anymore." She paced the floor. "Y'all killed too many people, and truthfully, Chloe, I think you love this shit too much." She looked dead into her eyes. "I think you always have." Chloe stood up and wiped the fake tears off her face. "So what if I do like it?" She looked at them. "Because if I am a monster, you're a vampire." That word made her skin crawl. "I didn't tell you what I did for you to help me," Fur continued. "You brought him in my house, and what if somebody saw him?" "You're not answering the question, big sister," Chloe persisted. So what if I do like to kill? Are you going to stand over there and act like you don't like it either?" She giggled. "So what? You're so much better than me?" "We're going to pay for this body," Fur said, pointing at it. "You didn't do it the right way. Somebody going to come looking for him." "I know it," Fur walked away and leaned up against the wall. "Bitch, don't act innocent. I'm tired of you faking," Chloe continued. "Tell me and Shadow how you killed Zone and how you loved every minute of it. It was all over your face when you watched him fall out the window." She was smiling. Fur looked at her sister with penetrating eyes. "You're going too far." "Am I?" She put her hands on her hips and walked towards her. "Because it seems to me that I'm saying what everybody already knows, that we're killers and we love what we do. So why fake anymore?" "Wait, Zone murder was an accident, right?" Mia asked, looking at them. Yeah, Fur, Shadow added. "That's what I heard when I was in the joint." Fur looked at her siblings and her heart sped up as she remembered how beautiful Zone looked spread it out on the ground. "No, she didn't like it. She loved it." Chloe did have one thing wrong, though. Zoe's death was an accident, but she realized at that moment that she loved murder. Zone had it coming, Farrah said, looking at her siblings, and I was able to cover my tracks so nobody ever found out. Mia and Shadow looked at each other and grinned. She was finally playing on their side of the scene. But you fucked up by bringing this dude here and somebody stole it. This is totally different. Someone will come looking for him, and I promise. That may be true, but he was going to kill me. It was me or him. Chloe looked down at the body. So I guess it was him. She's right, Shadow answered. I saw this nigga try to kill her myself. Had I not walked in, she would have been dead. I know he fucked up how it happened. I know it's fucked up how it happened, but I'm glad he's not breathing. Chloe looked into her sister's eyes. Tell him what you do to prevent your breakouts. Let's put everything out there on the table. Right before she responded, Lisa banged heavily on the door. Fur, you gotta come out here right now. Bang, bang, bang. Open this fucking door. What the fuck is wrong with that bitch now, Mia said. Fuck her. She looked at the door. I'm busy right now, Lisa. Go away. I don't give a fuck about you being busy. Come out here right now. I'm sick of this shit. Somebody paying for my stuff today. Fur walked through the closed door. Go away, Lisa. If I come out there, you're not going to like me. She looked at the body on the floor. There was no way she could come in there in that room. I ain't going no fucking where. I'm sick and tired of this shit, Fur. Lisa could tell you, standing intoxicated. You gotta come out here right now or I'm knocking down your door. Pull him in, Chloe. Pull him in, Chloe closed the Fur whispered. Me and Shadow dragged him there and closed the door. While Chloe placed the sheet over the bloodstained, angry, Fur walked out of the room and her siblings followed. Closing the door behind them, closing the door behind them. When she walked into the living room, she was angered to see Courtney and Lady in her house. In the middle of the floor, Fur and her clan faced off against Lisa and her posse. Fur, which one of y'all want? Hold up. Fur, which one of y'all went under my bed and stole my weed this time? Fur rolled her eyes because she didn't feel like the drama. Living on her own forced her to grow up quick. There was a situation in her bedroom that needed her undivided attention, yet she was out there talking about a bag of weed. Lisa, I know you didn't knock on the door for this shit. She stepped so close to Lisa that she could feel the warmth from her body, especially since you ain't run me my rent money, bitch. Lisa leaned in and said, did you just call me a bitch? Especially when I didn't disrespect you? Then what the fuck you call it? Shadow asked. You banging on the door about fucking weed. You banging on the door about fucking weed is disrespectful. When she could have handled this shit later. Who is this? Courtney pointed. The brother from Harvard? Harvard? Shadow asked. Don't worry where he's from. Fur didn't want her truth exposed to give her something else to laugh at. You didn't have no reason to ask me about no weed because I didn't touch your shit. Somebody did. If you must know, I took it and it was good too, Chloe grinned. Thank you. You need to stay the fuck out of my room. I'm tired of telling you. Lisa, you shouldn't have to pay shit since they smoked up all your weed. That had to be good for at least $900, right? Not only that, if you divided it 5 ways, you would only owe her a few dollars, Lady added. Look at all these motherfuckers who live here. Nah, you got that wrong, baby girl, Mia said. This chick has yet to pay shit. So technically she's just visiting. And as far as I'm concerned, her visit is up. She looked at her sister. What you think, Fur? I think this bitch better run me my cash or get the fuck out of my house tonight. Lisa laughed and looked at her friends. You want me gone? Not a problem. I'll leave in 2 weeks after my surgery. She wanted to be there instead of recovering around her mother, who didn't want her to have it. I don't give a fuck about no plastic surgery, Fur said. You haven't even signed my lease yet. She looked at Lady and Courtney. Why can't you stay with them since they always in the business anyway? You heard what I said for her. I'll be out in 2 weeks, Lisa sat on the sofa. Fur knew she and her sister could take them out, but she also remembered the dead body in her room. If she wanted to get at her, she needed another plan. When she thought about how Chloe irritated her the first day she moved in, she had an idea. Either get the fuck out or I'm burning all your clothes, shoes included. I wish you would touch my shit, she jumped up. Fur looked at her brother and said, Shadow, go into Chloe's closet and lock the door. Chloe and Mia follow me. A stampede, a stampede ensued towards Lisa's bedroom. Fur, Chloe, Mia, Lisa, Courtney, and Lady fell into the doorway as everyone tried to get to her clothes first. Fists were being thrown and faces were scratched, and it was obvious that things were terribly out of hand. When Fur, Mia, and Chloe beat Lisa and her friends to the closet, they began ripping her clothes to shreds. Fur seemed to be enjoying herself because of everything she put her through since she been in. They looked like a pack of niggas. Get off my shit, Lisa cried, trying to push them out of the way. This was exactly what Elise feared would happen if Fur didn't get herself together. This is so fucking immature, Courtney yelled, trying to help Lisa out while Lady disappeared. I can't believe y'all doing this shit. Well, come over here and do something about it, Mia said, egging her on. I've been wanting to kick your ass ever since my sister told me about you. Courtney ignored her, not trying to go one-on-one. I want you out of here, Farrah screamed, as she punished a red bra before grabbing her Gucci bag. You going to leave, or do you want us to start on your purses next? Lisa was just about to respond when there was a heavy knock at the door. Everyone rushed into the living room to see what was up. When Chloe opened the door, she was angry to see the cops, the same cops who questioned her today. Slade murdered Tornado in the hallway. We received a call about a fight, one officer said. Can somebody tell us what's going on? Who the fuck called the police? Fur asked if they weren't there. Lady walked towards the couch and sat down, making herself look guilty. This was exactly what Fur didn't want, so she decided to give it straight to them. Sir, this girl won't leave my house. She was huffing and puffing, and I've been trying to get her out, but she won't go. Can you take her with you, please? Is she correct? No, she's not, sir, she smiled. I live here. I'm confused. What is going on? Either you live or you don't. Give me 1 second. Fur ran into her room to get the lease. When she returned, she handed it to the officer. This the lease right here, and nowhere on it does it say Lisa Carmine. I let her stay for a few days, and now she won't go. I want her escorted out. Can we come in? He looked at the ladies who looked like they'd been in a wrestling match. We don't want to disturb the rest of the neighbors. Fur wanted to say fuck no, but realized she couldn't, so she backed up and allowed them in her apartment. The officer moved to the living room and examined the lease carefully in silence. She was positive that once he saw her papers, all this foolery would come to the end. Look, this is quite simple, he said, looking at all of them. Either you live here or you don't. There isn't a whole lot to it. And she don't. That's what we're trying to tell you. Do you live here? Yes, she does. And so does she. She pointed to Chloe and him. She pointed at her brother, who re-entered the living room to see what's going on. This is my place. I don't know what else to say. The officer turned to Lisa. Let's go, ma'am. I can show you my room, Lisa said. My pictures and everything are up. Then she looked at her. My clothes that she destroyed are in there, too. That's not answering the question. Are you on the lease or not? Lisa appeared very confident and said, no, my name is not on the lease. Fur smiled at her sister, but I had been here for over 30 days, so I had a right to be here. What the fuck does that mean, Fur thought. Lisa went into the kitchen to retrieve her meal. See, she handed a jewelry bill to the officer. That has my name on it with this address, so unlike what she told you, I do live here. So what? The bitch got mail coming here, Shadow said. That don't mean shit if you ask me. Good thing no one is asking you, one of the officers said. He walked away. By law, she can't throw her out because when or not she's an official tenant. The officer clarified. So she has every right to be here. It was obvious that Lisa, shicey ass, has done this before. There you go, Mr. Harvey. Wait, what you saying for her? Asked Lena Ann. She's not on my lease. I'm saying whether she pays you a rent or not, if she's been here for 30 days, she has the right to be here. Fairmount dropped. So what? People get to fuck up your house, not pay bills and everything, is still sweet, and it's still sweet. That's not fucking right. Where's the justice? She ran it as if the dead boy weren't laying in the closet in one of her rooms. Ma'am, calm down. She has been in my house for 30. Man, calm down. She has been in my house for over 30 days, running up bills, fussing at my family, and not helping out. It's not fair. Man, you have to go to court and have her evicted properly. In most cases, you'll have to give her 30 days to find another place. You hand her back the lease. But until then, she lives here, and I don't want to be called down here again for any other issue. Understood? Fur didn't nod, but the officer accepted her silence as an understanding. This is our second time here in less than 30 days. We don't want to come back. You weren't here for us the last time, Chloe interjected. So don't put that other shit on us. But we were here nonetheless, he said. You ladies better make sure it's the last. If not, the next time we come back, we're locking everybody up. When they left the apartment, Lisa and her friend sat on the sofa and smirked. I'm glad you laughing, bitch, Fur said. I thought very seriously that you'll last 2 weeks. And that's the end of chapter 38. And I will be back with, sorry, man, but we don't work for nobody. And yeah. So I will read chapter 39 and 40 and 41. So we'll see. All right. That's my reactors.